Hello again, John. How are you today? Are you well? Yes, I am well. So, how's the weather like there today? Is it good? Is it raining? Is it sunny? It's raining. That's good. That's nice. Perfect day for poetry. I love poetry. I simply adore poetry. Poetry is amazing. So, have you received your poem today that we're gonna be doing an analysis on? It is the poem of Deaf Be Not Proud by John Donne. Now, this is a poem, a very famous poem from one Sir John Donne. And yes, this is taught in English schools right over the world. And yes, before we go into the poem, I would like to discuss the poem a little bit. Let's first start by discussing the language of the poem. It is definitely not in English, modern English, like we are speaking now, but instead, and I would like you to make notes on this, John, please. Thank you, John. So, it is Shakespearean English. This poem is written in Shakespearean English, or so-called Elizabethan English, which is the old medieval English that they spoke hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. As you know, languages develop over time, and there are words that we use and may not use and still use, but all languages over the world developed, and this was what we call classical literature. So it's written in Shakespearean English. Now, let's discuss the theme of the tone. The theme of the tone is the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is mocking death and eternal waking up eternally, going to heaven, as Sir John Donne was a Catholic. So he most probably believed in waking up eternally, like going to heaven. And that is the themes of the poem. Mocking death and waking up eternally, which means death has no power over you because you will go to heaven and you will live eternally. Now, let's start by reading the first two lines of the poem. Death be not proud. Thou some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. Beautiful, isn't that just? Now, John, let's also first discuss the rhyme scheme of the whole poem. The rhyme scheme of the whole poem is broken rhyme, because it goes A, B, B, C, C, B, B, D, E, E, F, F, D, F, G, sorry, F, G, D, and then the last one is die. So, it has broken rhyme. Now, back to those first two lines, which is, Death be not proud, for some have called thee mighty and dreadful. What does that mean, John? You don't know. Death be not proud. Death have no pride. Death, don't be prideful. You are nothing. Be not proud. You shouldn't be proud at all, Death. For some have called thee mighty and dreadful. Now, John, what does the word thee mean? Thee means you in Old English. Now, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, although some people have called you strong, mighty, powerful, and dreadful, scary and anxious, and we're scared of death, oh no, we're going to die. For thou art not so. What does thou mean, John? Thou also means you in Old English. Thou art. Art means are, not so. For thou art not so. So what does this say? This is both is in a mocking tone once again. Both of this stanzas, this couplet is in a mocking tone, because Sir Don John is mocking death. He says you shouldn't be proud, although as some have called you strong and scary. You are not so strong and scary. You are actually quite pathetic. That is what he is saying. Unfortunately, John, that is all we have time for today. So I will see you again next week, same time, same place. Remember to go through your poem once more, and then I'll see you again next week. Bye, John. Bye.